streets of Chicago, live and direct. It's the Rico No Suave Show, starring Rico No Suave, with co-host Valerie Malesio, featuring special guests every Saturday. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Rico No Suave. Ritmo.
Welcome to the show. Yeah, it's your boy Rico No Suave Show. 1, 2, ready to go with each and every one of you guys. Man, welcome back. OMG. It's in the game, everybody. We are here. I don't know. I just feel so happy to be back again. I just want to let you guys know, hey, it is June
4th.
Man, 4 de Julio. Wow, already, mi gente. Wow, we made it to June. That means that we got a few more days until we're officially summertime. But you know, it's always hot in here, everybody. It's always hot in here. And you know what? Valerie is always hot in here as well, too. Put your hands together for Valerie. What's up, Valerie?
He wants me to follow that intro.
Yeah,
it is a little bit warm in here today. Feliz sábado, mi gente. Yes, it is a beautiful day in Chicago. A little bit cloudy, but we'll take it.
That's right.
Weather is nice.
Yes.
I hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday. We have a couple great interviews for you guys today.
Yeah,
super excited.
I'm just super ecstatic. I had to bring it back like Mike Tyson. I'm super ecstatic again. I'm super ecstatic just to be here on the show because, it's just going to a different level. And I'm just so happy that, I hope you guys enjoy the new set. This is the second episode that we actually have for you guys.
It is our second one.
And I'm just so happy. And also big shout out to my production staff working it out as well too. So I got to give them a big shout out.
Yes, production crew.
Yes. Everybody's having a great time now. So, let me make sure I got my volume off because, you might hear double echo. Don't want to hear that, everybody. Don't want to hear that. Technical difficulties. Yes.
We're okay.
We got a fun-filled show for you guys today. And you know what? We're going to start. And you know what? This show is sponsored by Special Occasion Events.
Yes.
So let's just put that logo up. Just the logo. All right. So Special Occasion Events, your one-stop shop for your entertainment needs, everybody. We will show them at 12:30. So that is our sponsor for the show today. So get ready at 12:30. We're going to actually go into more detail as far as with them. But first, let's get to that breaking news, everybody. We got that breaking news. So let's roll. Yes, and this is another sad moment that we had to experience in Texas. Uvalde High School, it's in Uvalde, it's Robb Elementary School, Bienvenidos. But it wasn't the Bienvenidos that we actually needed as far as for these children. One of the things is that there was a mass shooting that actually happened that killed 19 kids and 2 adults. Not for sure if there was other ones, but I know that we actually have this to actually say, I am struck. I am heartbroken because of that. Let's go to the next slide. So the next slide is this. The shooting and more information. The reason why I didn't put this out as far as last week, because we had some other things as far as Memorial Day, but that we wanted to put out by Valerie, but at the same time too, this actually hit me really hard, but I want to make sure that I get more information for you guys in regards to what actually happened and why did it happen. So one of the reasons about mental health awareness is affecting our kids. And one of the things is that there was shots that was actually outside of the school before this young kid, this teenager actually went inside. The police officers held and stayed out there for 91 minutes while the kid actually shot outside and then went inside the school and started shooting. I'm gonna tell you a little bit more in regards to my thoughts, and Valerie, I want to get your thoughts on this as well too. But you know, I'm mad in the inside. I'm sad in the inside. I'm really really heartbroken in regards to the way the policies and the restrictions from the police and how they handle this was just so wrong. So let's go to that next slide. So Salvador Ramos was a kid that actually, you know, this mental health awareness and also whatever was going through this kid's mind. He wasn't actually from Texas. He was actually from another state, and he actually was in Texas during this time and had an AK or AR-15. The one thing that I'm very sad about is these gun laws. The gun laws and being able to, how did this teenager get an AR-15? How did this kid get such a big gun? I mean, the gun is bigger than him, right? And for him to be able to think that this is something that is needed to actually happen for, you know, coming in and shooting kids, it's sad. We don't know what's going on through as far as his parents. We don't know what his situation is, but we do know that mental health awareness is key. Influencing as far as what's happening, you know, within this world really makes me feel really, really bad. So, of course, the gunman was taken down. Salvador, we actually lost a teenager, a youth, over something that was going through his head, and I'm really sad about this. So let's go to the next slide. These are the kids. So 19 kids. I'm sad to be able to see. I'm heartbroken, and I feel bad for the parents. I feel bad for the people that have kids nowadays, because this wasn't an act of what's happening as far as when I was growing up, or not even a few years ago. We know that there was mass shootings that's actually been happening when it comes to racism. But this kid was a Latino. This kid had nothing against, this had nothing to do with racism. This had nothing to do with immigration. This had something mentality-wise of going into a school and actually shooting up. There was a photo of this kid that actually looks like someone else. He was a mass murderer as well too, and he kind of looked like him. It was that kind of a comparison, and I just felt, I'm like, that could not be, it couldn't be a role model. And this kid looks just like the other gentleman as he thought that was a role model, and it was very sad. So let's go to the next slide. So I'm very sad to be able to hear about this as far as for, you know, the families that actually lost their loved ones. And my heart and my prayers goes out to them as well. And last but not least, I apologize for the last photo. You can't really see it, but they actually have a memorial for Robb Elementary School of all of the kids that actually passed away. And we shouldn't see a lot of this. We should not see a lot of this, and I really, really, really am hurt about this. And this is about the kids, but it's also about the police officers to be able to serve and also to protect. You should now have to wait 91 minutes if you're hearing gunshots. It should be more of a reaction. What's going on? There should be tactics. There should be restrictions. There should be doors that actually should have been locked during this time. In order for something like this to happen. But even if the doors wasn't locked for, you know, for kids to actually, you know, for someone to actually come in, the police officers should have responded right away and should have took care of this, and the gunman should have been disabled, even if the gunman shouldn't have been killed. But it wasn't the right time. So, Valerie, what is your thoughts?
It's a healing process, I think, for everyone. Mm-hmm. This one hit obviously real personal to a lot of us, and it should to everybody, because as it relates to everybody, one situation is too many. And we've talked about situations like this, mental health, other things that are related to this. It's not a one-word response or answer to this. There's the situation with the police response, the situation with the shooter, the mental health side of that, the fact that he can have access to the type of weapon that he had, that's a whole nother issue. So I think it's just trying to find a place of healing and what is the solution. Hopefully we are actually putting action behind finding solutions to prevent this so that we are proactive instead of being reactive.
Yeah.
We need to get ahead of this so that it does not happen again. You know, I don't know what those answers are. I really, really wish that I did. But I know that one child's life loss is too many.
Yeah, I think I really blame this on the police. You know, I mean, this.
He shot his grandmother before he headed towards that school. So there was a lot of things. I was not there. And I don't think anybody's going to know exactly what happened. But, you know, the preventative issues, as you mentioned, what is a procedure? Did you even have one? Why did it take for, I think it was SWAT or someone to get there to just say, we're going in, we don't care. You know, they were reacting to parents trying to run in to get their kids. A father went in and got his kids, didn't care. A woman made it in, grabbed her 2 kids, made it out. But they were fighting these parents more than battling the situation. And as one of the teachers said, police have a tough job. You know, it's not a situation where we're all trying to point fingers. We're just trying to figure out where did it go wrong and where can we have it so it doesn't happen again.
That's too many kids. Prevention.
Being proactive on things instead of reactive. And that's my mantra, I think, for this next year for things. How do we get ahead of things instead of just behind them?
So there is, and I'm not gonna keep going because the more I talk about this, the more I get sad. But,
yeah.
You know, I think the situation with understanding in the police force, there's always tactics when it comes to disabling someone or when it comes to chaos. Mass shootings or shootings in general, no matter if you're a grocery store, no matter if you're at a high school, these are things that should have been taken care of and looked at long before this.
Right.
So
I completely agree with that. 100%.
What's happening with this one though is that the sergeant or the main police guy was like, oh, nothing's going to happen in this community. This is a good community. Nothing's going to ever happen. But doesn't mean that you can't have restrictions or you can't have policies and procedures in place to be able to learn. You have to be able to learn that as a police officer when you're in a battle with another gunman or there's some type of a mass shooting. That's a police force. Even if, let's just say, some of the police officers come from the military. That's kind of like that, hey, what do I do when there's a gunman or there's someone trying to attack me, right, in general? Or loved ones, right, in general. If it was your kid that was actually in that school, what would you have done? Well, I would have probably went in there and probably got my kids, or I would have had my gun and I would have shot the guy that was trying to kill my kid.
Because parents will say, you know, my life is not what's important. It's the kid's life.
It's the future.
It's the kids that are important. And I'm not saying that these police officers were afraid to lose their lives. I'm sure anybody in that situation, you know, that's on the job would obviously have those thoughts. But at what point, where's that cutoff where is this what they signed up for? Are they supposed to be risking their lives? I guess that's the main question here. Why didn't they go in? Because it wasn't to prevent people from dying, because that happened. That was going to be a given.
Yeah, I think.
Well, where was the hesitation? Sure. What was the hesitation for?
Policies and procedures, something like that goes wrong when you have 19 kids and you hear a gunman shooting on the outside first. Then he goes in and he starts shooting. It's not like he went in and just started shooting.
Right.
He was shooting on the outside first. And I had to dig that up because I was like, what really happened? How did this actually happen?
He shot his grandmother first.
Yeah, well, I'm talking. Well,
and then he ran to the school.
No, I'm sorry. When he's
So
at
the shooting
school.
started long before that.
Yeah, but the shooting, as far as at the school, I'm talking about. I'm sorry. On the outside of the school, he shot in the air. Then he went inside and he started shooting. Soon as they started hearing that, on the outside, someone called 911. That's when the cops came over, and then that's when he was inside and he started shooting. But I'm gonna leave it off at this because.
Yeah, because there'll be
right,
a lot of we can go on forever on what we think and how we feel about it, but in the end of the day, it is we look to our police department to protect the people, and yes, it's a lot of pressure. We look to you to make those decisions. We look to you to have a process in place if things like this happen, and we didn't get any result from that.
Prayers goes out to the families. Prayers goes out to grandma that actually passed away, grandma, and also to adults. Well, our prayers are with you forever, always. All right, so we have to introduce this beautiful young lady that's sitting next to us right now. I am super happy. I'm trying to keep it all in. But we got to show this trailer, right? We might go over just a little bit today, everybody. I know we started pretty late, but we're going to go a little bit over because we want to make sure that you guys get all of the information about these two beautiful people that we actually are interviewing today. But we want to start off as far as with this trailer. So this trailer is for Refresh. And it is created by my man Joe, I'm going to say Jen as well too, Klos. So let's run that video.
Have you ever heard of chaos theory?
I've heard of it.
Well, it's not as complex as people think, man. It's believed that random and unpredictable events have an effect on future major events. So every world major event happens across the universe in some way. The balance is difficult to maintain, which causes outcomes that are different.
Different how?
One half of the world remembers an event one way, and the other half doesn't remember the event at all, which causes confusion, questions. The system further tries to upset the balance, and then no balance, no universe.
She's in the makeup, man. Makeup and hair. She it's all about cosmetics, baby. Especially when it comes into movies. And when it comes into all different types of things to make you look good on camera, off camera, events, wherever you may be. I want you guys to put your hands together. Ladies, put your lip gloss on in the mirror and just fuck her up. Put your hands together. She is, I call her the boss lady as well, too. She's also cosmetic, as well as she is a producer at Klosproductllc. Her name is Jen Klos, everybody. Yeah!
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome to the party.
I'm excited to be here.
We're so excited to have you.
Yes,
Man,
yes.
You know, and I'm super excited. When I heard the boss lady was coming, I was like,
Yeah.
Joe, thank you for bringing the boss lady. Thank you for bringing
Boss lady. Love it. I love it.
So let's get right into it. What drew you into in the makeup and hair industry? Talk to us about it.
Yeah, so ever since I was a little kid, I always been doing hair and makeup. Mostly hair. Mm-hmm. And of course, I had big dreams. I was going to be a rock star.
Of course.
My dad, my mom came in my room one day and said, "That's great, you want to be a rock star. That means you could do your own hair and makeup. You're going to beauty school."
Nice.
I said, "Oh, okay, well, let's try this out."
Yeah.
Went to beauty school. I said, I don't know if I like this. Second week came by, we were starting to do the hair part.
Okay.
I'm like, ooh, this is my jam. All right. Okay, let me stick around with this. And here I am, 20 years later. Can you believe it? 20 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, 20 years
from
later.
School.
Went to school, and I kind of just got into it. And I always knew I wanted to do hair and makeup for the stars. Always. Ever since I was like, this high, right? I'm like, man, one day you see that scar on that person? I'm going to do that one day.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that one day. And here I am.
That's
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think that, when I do see, because I dressed up as a Joker for Halloween, right?
Yeah.
And I saw people also had scars and stuff like, man, they make them look so real.
Yeah.
So, during that time as far as when you were in school and it drew you into the industry, the influence behind that, was it the teacher? Was it the makeup? What was the influence to actually keep you going when it came to makeup and hair?
Yeah, so that's a really great question. A lot of my influence was family, right? Like,
wow.
I'm all about family. Family is everything.
Yeah.
Family and friends. They were the ones that kept me strong. There was days where I'm like, I'm done with this. I was also real young. I went through beauty school when I was in high school.
Oh, wow.
So, of course, when you're young, you're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. No, they kept me strong. They kept my head forward and was like, no, girl, you got this. You got this. And it got me interested in all these other things that were popping up. That was a gateway for me to do this industry. So like competitions and stuff like that. Awesome. So that kind of really kept my focus. Yeah.
Well, you don't think of makeup in terms of on the creation side at first
No,
glance, right? Because
right.
you're like, oh, she can make you look pretty. Do your lashes.
Right.
I love your lashes, by the way.
Thank
you. Your lashes and make you look real pretty. We don't think about making people look like the villain and the the other side of makeup,
exactly.
the cinema version of
exactly.
makeup.
Right.
So at what point were you like, wow, I can do people's hairs and sit in the beauty salon, or I can take this and actually go on the cinema side of things and create?
So that point came in when I actually met Joe, because my love for movies has always been there. And then when we started dating, he's like, oh, I love movies. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm like, and then it started like clicking, right? I'm like, all right, well, okay, you want to do this and that. Let me try to get my fingers in there. I could do this and that too. Okay, all right. Exactly. We could work hand in hand, even if this don't work out. Like, I got you. Yeah, so it's always been in the back of my mind,
Yeah. So, one of the things about getting into, the whole villain and into movies and things like that, would you say that, being in a salon is boring?
Have you been in a salon?
Thank you. I was about to say. Hold on. You like? Wait a minute. You like that side eye? Like, it is never a dull moment in the salon, regardless what salon you go to. You go to a barbershop, you go to a high-end shop. Let me tell you,
always a good
I got a story. I should write a book. Yeah,
I believe
we got some stories.
They get the real tea.
Oh yes,
Real
yes, we do.
So being in from just doing ladies' hair, you know, and of course the makeup as well too. Do they go hand in hand when it comes to being in the salon? Like, so, you know, because when most women, you go and say, hey, I'm gonna get my hair done. Do they also do the makeup at the same time too, or is it just specifically just for the hair?
Well, it really just depends on what they want. Like, if a lot of people come in for special occasions, like weddings and stuff like that, you know, graduation parties going on now and stuff like that. So, yeah, then they'll say, it's a special day, let me get my hair and makeup done.
Okay.
But most of the time, it's just hair.
It's just the
yeah.
hair, right? Okay. That's cool, man. That's
Yeah.
cool. I don't want to go into the Mochichi. I don't want to go into the, but that's great. So during that time, as far as with, you know, makeup and hair, and you start just growing, just continuously. So how do you keep on top of things when it comes to hair and makeup?
So what a lot of people don't know about us hairdressers is that we have to renew our license, you know, every couple of years. So that requires you to go to classes in school to keep up with the new trends, right? Because like it's constantly like, it's not just like, oh, this whole year was this look. No, it's a move. Like every day is different.
Yeah.
And just like, you know, my aunt always told me, you know, keep your stuff, because that fashion's going to come back around, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with hair. It's coming back around.
It is.
I mean, the 90s right now is popping.
Yeah.
It's popping. Hair, makeup, and wardrobe. It's like,
All those,
yes.
a lot of those shortcuts are coming back.
The mullet, I'm sorry to say,
The
but
mullet's
it's coming. It's back. It's been back, let me tell you. I'm not happy about it, but it's back.
Oh,
Yeah. And
Look it up, right? Get it
yeah, but you know what? Some people can rock a good mullet, so you can't get mad about it.
Wow.
I've been noticing a lot of the short cuts
Yeah.
what they call like the wolf cut is like huge right now.
Yeah, so the names are changing,
Yeah,
and it's
right.
funny because I actually had this young lady come in my chair the other day, and she says, "I want the unicorn haircut." I said, "Excuse me, what's a unicorn haircut?" I've never heard of that.
You want to know?
That's like the gentleman I said, hey, I want the alfalfa haircut.
Yeah, right. I said, "Hold on, let me Google this real quick." But it was something like that. It was kind of like almost like a pixie haircut, right? Yeah. So
it's so
the
wild.
name-
A special occasion or something like that?
no, she just wanted to be crazy. She was feeling herself that day and said, "All right, we're changing it." So
I love that.
wow.
I love that. People walk
Yeah.
in and they come out with just these different colors and different look. I
I
mean,
like
Yeah.
that.
it's
Yeah.
so bold. You know, it's creative.
It makes a fashion statement, right?
Yeah.
It makes a
yeah,
fashion statement.
exactly.
That's hot. That's
Yeah.
hot. If you had an actor or an actress that you wanted to do hair for, or you wanted to do makeup for, who would that be?
Ooh. Well, if anybody knows me at all, my actor, well, he's now becoming more of an actor, would be Mr. Justin Timberlake.
What?
Yep. Okay. On the actress part of things, I think it would be really cool because this person sounds like she would be like the sweetest person and be like your best friend right off the bat. Mandy Moore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And if anybody watches This Is Us, like how cool would
This
that
Is
be,
Us.
right?
Yeah.
Transforming them, like how cool.
That's hot.
Yeah.
You
Those
know,
are some great choices.
Yeah.
Justin.
I just want to sit. I just want him to sit in my chair. I don't even care. That's what it is.
You have to get your hair cut.
Nope, that's it. I don't even care. Yep.
Let me just hook up those little ends real quick.
That's right. That's right. Let me line you up real good. You're good.
I like that. So, you know, because Justin is so cool, man. He's so down to
Yeah,
earth.
yeah,
He's so
right?
down to earth.
He's a very cool guy.
I just love, well, what if Mr. T sat in your seat? What would you do?
Whew. Well, I would just pray that I can even get behind the chair. I'd be so nervous.
I'll just be nervous trying to do a haircut.
That's right. I'd be like shaking hands.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Justin Timberlake, yeah, he's the bomb, man. Mandy Moore, that's some really, really great.
Those are some good answers. Yeah.
He's really good. I just love his music, man. I love his music. His music is the bomb. And
everything he touches turns to gold. I mean, he's just so creative.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be around creative energy.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. And so if you had a choice, like, well, I wouldn't say you have to choose, but where's your happy place? Like, do you love traditional hair and makeup more, or do you love this cinematic creation side?
So before I used to just like that, like classic, like nice natural, but now like really getting my feet wet and everything, I love the cinematic stuff. I think like doing scars and like making half your face gone, and like that's where the talent is, right? Because anybody can
do some amazing things.
Yeah, it's really, and it's a lot of fun to do. It may take a lot of time, but on the same hand, you're also having fun with that actor or actress because you get to know them while they're sitting in your chair. So that's probably right now my meat and potatoes. Like that's where I like.
You love it.
Yeah.
And how long does it take, like, to do? Let's just say, like,
the unicorn.
I'm thinking more like the aesthetics, like like if you did like a zombie or like, can that take like hours?
It could take hours. It could take hours. It really just, again, depends on what the director's looking for or the creator's looking for. You know, they can just say, oh, just do this a little bit, or like that whole like Two-Face thing. So it could take some time. It takes some time, yeah.
I don't know if I could sit there that long, like, you know, like 2-3 hours and then putting latex on your face.
But if you're having fun.
In the movie, Valerie, and they paying you like, $4.5 million.
You'll be sitting there rolling.
Like, yeah, go ahead, do your thing. I can't wait till the check comes in.
Don't move.
So, being in, this is Refresh. It's all about refreshing.
Yeah.
Right? That trailer. I hope you guys love that trailer.
Oh, it's such a good trailer. Oh my goodness.
And doing makeup as far as for that, how was that? What was that like?
It was amazing. I had all the actors and actresses were just beautiful to work with. I mean, they were just they kept me calm because I was nervous. I was like, oh. No, they were great. And I loved it too because they would give me their input. Like, hey, how about we like try this time? Let's try it.
Yes.
So it was amazing. It was really good. It was good watching them behind the screen, and being there like, oh, let me touch you up, or it was great.
About that as well too, like the touch-up piece, right?
Yeah.
I know you're like looking, and when they're acting, you're like, please don't sweat on that side, right? Or please don't do it, right? And it's like
don't put your fingers through your hair like I do all the time.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Please don't touch your face, right?
Yeah.
And I can totally understand that could be stressful too because the touch-up piece, and then also like cut, he touched his face, right? And then like cut, it's like, oh my God, don't do that again, right?
so you're doing a good job, but don't touch your face.
Yeah, just don't do it. So we were really lucky, like nobody touched her face. But it is a little bit difficult because you are watching not only like in real life, right, at that person, but you're also watching in the screen to see like if they're shining or like how the light is actually hitting.
Oh my
if like if this isn't like looking right, or if it's too dark, they're shadowing, or exactly.
Stuff. Like, I remember having photos when, like, concealers came out.
Yeah.
And then, like, they had concealers, like, you would take pictures of people, and they'd have, like, these white circles.
Yep.
Where that makeup was.
Yeah.
Because, and then they came out with the high def, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, to stay on top of those trends, do you find it ever challenging to stay on top of that stuff?
Yeah, I feel like makeup is more challenging than hair because makeup is, like you said, constantly moving. So, and everybody's skin type is different, right? Like, you can't put that one in particular makeup on the same person. So, that one is a little bit more challenging, but I love a challenge. So, it's all good.
Good answer. Good answer.
Sorry, guys.
Love the
Yes. So Jen, we do have a few comments. That's
We
going
do.
on. So, Samantha Jones checking in. She says she wants a unicorn haircut.
Girl, come on in. Come on in. I got
You up with Jen?
Right.
She can hook you up with that unicorn.
And she does makeup as well too. She actually, big shout out to Samantha Jones. I might have to connect you guys together, man. She does some really great products as well too. She had the whole, what is the butter thing that actually just
and Samantha, I'll have you know, I still have the body butter, and I use it. I used it this morning. I love it. It's amazing. It's a good product.
I put it on my feet and I was sliding across the floor. Thank you, Samantha.
The lipstick too. The lipstick is really, really good. It's the pigment is really, really nice.
Yeah.
Stays on, has a good texture.
Love it.
Really, really good.
We also got Jimmy Conga checking in. Jimmy Conga says, man,
Jimmy
he
Conga.
said, he was just giving a few comments in regards to, the situation that happened in Uvalde, Texas, and, he said the kid did not have, it wasn't about any type of racial or anything like that. I think it was more just the mentality. Violetta checking in. She said,
Violetta.
Carla Massa's checking in as well, too.
Hi.
Thank you so much for checking in. Don't forget to ask questions. Patrick Chula's checking in.
Patrick Chula.
Yes, is checking in with us. So make sure you guys continue to ask questions, please. They are here. All right. So I have something for you.
Okay.
A little gift.
Oh.
Because you're fabulous.
You are a gem.
Oh, I love it.
Right? You are a gem. So this right here, is something special, right? And when I say that this is something special, it's because we need makeup on the set. We need another producer on the set. We need the boss lady on the set. But also, you make people look as if there's some other type of villain or hero or or hitman or whoever, right? You make them look good. You make us all look good, right? And
Love
over
it.
the 20 years of experience that you had, and you continuously recertify yourself. No pun intended. You're refreshing yourself, right? You're refreshing yourself all the time. So I want to say congratulations for everything that you are doing, and welcome to the party.
Thank you. Thank you. I will wear
Everybody
this
out there,
proudly.
make sure you get your sponsorships into the show so we can afford to hire her. So I won't be a hot mess on set.
I'm in. I'm so in. I'm in. Yes, let's do it. Let's make it
Looking at
happen.
my hair like I could just tweak it a little bit.
Yeah, we might have you take a look at the show, make sure I get the little bit of thing coming out. That's what I need. But I want to thank you so much for being on the show, Boss Lady. I'm so happy for you as far as being a part of something of a success that's moving forward with Klosproducllc.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Thank you.
as well, too.
Thank
Makeup
you.
is important.
Yes.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
for
on
having
the
me.
show.
I loved being with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, as we get ready for that next gentleman coming up. So we're going to actually go into our sponsor for today. Our sponsor for today is Special Occasion Events. So Special Occasion Events, everyone, is all about weddings and doing great events. As you can see, Special Occasion Events also gives a little bit of more of a photography presence when it comes to quinceañeras. They do choreographing. They do everything, everybody. DJ service is where it's all about, right? All about. And then we got the parties that the DJs make them dance. And then, of course, we got party planning, event planning and all that great stuff. So if you're doing a party planning, that's a baby shower right there. So you already know.
So,
Look
Rico,
up
can they handle an event from A to Z?
A to Z, if you plan a special event, leave it to the experts from A to Z.
That's
Special occasion
right.
event, your one-stop shop for entertainment needs, everybody. Yes, that's our sponsor for today. Yes. All right, coming up next, he is the creator. He is a writer. He's also a producer. This guy is sick. and cool.
We need
Sick in a
background
good way.
music.
Sick in a good way.
Dun dun dun.
Exactly. He is the man that's also behind the scenes, everybody. And I have to say, I am so happy when I read this about him that he won all 4 categories at a film festival as well too. So Refresh, that TV show, is gonna be too hot for TV.
It
I want
really
you guys to
is.
stand up again. Put your hands together, salute this gentleman and also refresh yourself with a little bit of shimmy. His name is Joe Klos. Let's go! What's up, Joe?
Thank you, thank
How
you.
you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm so happy that you're here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Man,
Super
just
excited.
when you want to be on the show, man, I wanted you to be on the show even more, right? And when I heard about Refresh, and when I saw the trailer, I was like, wow.
It's such a great trailer,
Yes.
by the
It's such
way.
a
It
great
really
trailer.
is.
I gotta give a shout out to Ashley, who edited the trailer, and Gary, who did the music and the sounds.
Yes.
What I really like about the trailer is it doesn't really give anything away what the show's about.
But
Okay.
it's so good
And
though.
that's
like
what-
we watched it a couple each time. I'm like it was new
Yeah.
again.
We've
Like it was my first
me
time
and,
watching it.
Me and Jen have seen it. I've lost count, but it still feels fresh and like I don't know what's going on.
You don't get tired of it. It's so suspenseful.
Yes, yes. One of the things about being in the industry itself is what draws you into that industry, right? So tell us, how did you get drawn in? Like, what was that inspiration to be able to get into the film industry?
Ever since I was a little kid, I've been weirdly obsessed with film and actors and television, to where we even had a situation. We were with a few friends yesterday, and they had a movie question. They said, "Oh, ask Joe; he'll know the answer."
Yeah.
And I knew the answer.
Nice.
So
Wow.
I've always wanted to act, but as I got older, I realized that I like creating more
Yes.
and watching the actors literally say what I put on a piece of paper. I could literally write anything down and they have to say it on camera. And watching that just was more fascinating.
Yeah.
And knowing that that's my creation, with help from other people, obviously. But I geared away towards the acting and more towards creating. I do make a little cameo in the pilot.
Yes,
I
sir.
had to. But other than that, that's where my acting experience ends.
Well,
That's okay.
yeah.
Spike Lee pops up in his films
Yeah,
too.
I know. Yeah, Spike Lee,
Or
Stephen King,
Quentin
Quentin
Tarantino.
Tarantino.
Tarantino,
He'll
yeah,
pop up,
uh-huh.
and there he might be like
También,
the
yes.
cash register guy or something, It's okay.
So, because, starting from the bottom, now we're here, right?
Right.
So one of the things about, being young and wanting to be into the filming industry, you want to be more behind the scenes, of course, right? So you want to be that writer, and you want to be that producer. And then you tried the whole acting thing, and it's cool, but it seems like you want to be that person, in control of
Right.
what the narrative, as far as what you wanted that movie to come
I
out.
want to be the
right?
boss.
The boss.
She may be the boss
She may-
lady, but I'm the boss.
You're the boss man.
Boss man.
We know who the real boss
We got
is.
two
It's okay,
bosses,
girl. Let him
right?
have his
We
moment.
got two bosses, so so one of the things about having the film industry, start at a young age is who inspired you to get into it is the question, right? So meaning that what led you into getting into the film industry?
So my idol, director-wise, is Kevin Smith.
Okay.
Always loved Kevin Smith, the Jay and Silent Bob films.
Okay.
And regarding with my own story, I got in some trouble a few years back, had to do some time, and I was reading a lot, and I read his autobiography, and there was a lot of great things in there that I really, really liked. So I turned that knowledge, and after reading a few books, I told myself I could write a book. And before I knew it, I was writing. And the very first book I wrote was actually Refresh.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So I ended up doing a total of 5 different books I wrote while I was doing my time. Because when you're in there, you either have 3 things that you could do. You could either write, you could either sit and watch television or you either go to the gym. Now, I obviously didn't go to the gym. I did have my own TV, so I watched a little TV, but I mainly spent my time more active and writing. And I self-published the book. Then a few years went by, and then I ran into someone that I went to school with, and he told me, we talked about the past few years and everything I went through. Then I think even 2 years even after that, he reached out to me right when COVID first hit, and he said, hey, I wrote a script for Sparky, which Daniel was a part of.
Yes.
And he's like, would you want to read my script and give me advice? And I was surprised to even hear that he wanted my advice. I'm not a professional writer or anything.
Sure.
You're like,
But-
ask Joe. He's a movie buff. He knows.
Right.
He loves movies.
Right. So I read a script, and that's pretty much what got the juices back. And I wrote the pilot. I ended up writing a total of 10 episodes. I did a whole season. I have a second season of mine, and even a third season idea. So like I'm planning ahead.
You see how that just like unfolded?
We always believe, me and Jen always believe that you run into people for certain reasons.
That's correct.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
I thoroughly believe that as well.
Yes, yes. And it's funny because you run into people and they wind up giving you more ideas, right? And being able to help that creative mind going instead of trying to sit at the house and then you have writer's block and you're trying to figure out what's the next page going to sound like. Right?
Oh, I even had that with this. Even I got to a moment where I just couldn't figure out where to go. And
Isn't
what
it
to do.
frustrating?
It is very frustrating.
I do that even when I'm dancing.
But I do it when Jen's asking me what we want for dinner. Because I'm a very picky eater. And everything I say, she's like, no, I don't want that.
You're like, I'll get back to you.
I'll get back to you. I said, what do you want? And she goes, everything I pick you don't like. That's true.
That's true.
Come up with your menu and let me know. So you heard your friend was making this script.
Right.
And then you had written these books.
Yep.
So when he came out with his script, I know those clocks were turning. I can do this.
They slowly started turning, and out of all my books, I think Refresh is my favorite. So I'm like, this one could work as a TV show. There's so much story to it and so many different characters that was one that I went to. So I literally did a YouTube search video on how to even format your Word document into a script form.
What?
And I went from there. Yeah, I self-taught myself.
Wow,
pretty much,
you can find anything online these days.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Wow, well, congratulations.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
amazing.
you so much. Thank you.
You know, because, writer's block, I guess that's what they call it, and, planning, and you talk about kind of like what the future brings, right? And that's good because once you have it all planned out with that blueprint, you don't have to do it at the last minute. You don't have to think about it at the last minute. And I think that's what makes you that creator, right? As far as the creative piece of knowing. With Refresh, where did that come from? Where did the word refresh come from for the movie?
Well, the book, what I normally do with my books is coming up with the title is probably one of the hardest things.
Yes.
So I start writing the book, and as the book's written out, that's when I'll come up with the title. And regarding the story of it, it is about, there's only so much that I can say about the story without
I was just going to say, it's hard to give it away.
But like one of the main things is it's about fixing relationships and failing marriages.
Okay.
So like a refresh.
Refresh.
Or a reload.
I see.
Okay.
So that's where I came with Refresh, and that is actually the name of the organization that our agents work at.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that. Okay. Man, you should have hired me. I need a refresh all the time. You know what I mean?
You and me both. Let me know who the organization is. I'll give them a call.
I'll go in overtime.
Right.
So, with this, and congratulations on this, man. I am
Thank you so
When
much.
does this come out? When does Refresh come out as far as the show?
It depends. We're doing the film festival route right now.
Okay.
I got a
Okay.
few more that we submitted to. We even shot for the Stars and submitted for Sundance.
All right.
Which is
Yes,
like
sir.
up there.
Yes, of
So
course.
it's all comes down to if we could get it in front of the right people,
Yep.
when we could get in front of the right people,
Yep.
and we go from there pretty much. You know, I would love to release it, but there's some restrictions with film festivals that if you release it, then you can't submit it.
Oh,
They want it
I
to be
see
more
what
of
that-
like a secret,
Exclusive.
Yes.
exclusive thing. Yes.
So they get the first hand
Right.
at what it is that you're putting out there.
Right.
Ooh.
That's respect. That's respect, though.
I
I like
understand that. I
That's-
understand
I mean,
that
I get
respect.
it. They're like, you're going to come to our film festival. Don't come with something you already put out 3 years ago.
Right.
Right. That's respect. I like that, though. I kind of
We
like
get
that.
first reign at it.
Because then it puts a little bit more, it puts that credit in your portfolio.
Right.
Right? Get that portfolio squared away and then,
Right.
you know, put it out there, you know, next in AMC theaters. You know what I mean?
AMC,
So
yes.
that's right, baby. Right? Because that's exactly where I want to see it, right? I mean, definitely, because everything is online. Don't get me wrong, I love it that it's online, but it's always good to go to the movies and get
Oh,
the
yeah.
surround sound
Yeah.
and get
Absolutely.
the feel
I
agree, too.
behind it, right?
Because we watch a lot of the shows, like you have the Netflix, the HBO,
Yep.
you know, all those new,
Hulu.
the Hulus, yeah,
Right.
everything that's, you know, online with these seasons. And don't get me wrong, they're great, they're fabulous.
Right.
But you,
Right.
you know, you still, that experience,
That whole
of going
experience.
to the movie theater and having that fresh popcorn and stuff like that. Like,
Right.
you know, I still go to the show. I take my kids.
Right. I mean, we
We
got
still
a
go.
5-year-old, and so we took her to see Sonic 2, and she loved the experience. We took her to see Spider-Man, and she is obsessed with Spider-Man. So when,
Oh, we loved it.
you know, no spoiler alerts if anyone hasn't seen yet, but when all 3 came on screen, she got out of her seat, was like, 3 Spider-Man are in this movie? And
It was
she
the only
loved
film
it.
my 6-year-old sat through without.
And it's like a
"Can I
3-hour
get my
film,
iPad?"
too.
You know, like, and it's a long film.
Yeah.
And she was good too. Super excited. Lots of action.
Hey, you know, we got a fashion question. Hey, trash bag fashion lover. If you guys don't know who that person is, but we love that you're here because that question that you're asking is awesome. So she said, he or she says, "Hi, hello, trash bag fashion lover. Ever wear a plastic bag as clothing? If not, will you wear it now? And in one bag, make a hole for the head and then for the arms." So that's kind of like you know.
You know what, trash bag fashion
filming.
lover?
I like that.
I'm gonna ask her. Have you ever worn trash
Is
bag?
that Jen? Is that for
like a
Jen? I think that was probably for Jen. That might be for you,
Yeah,
Jen.
it's for Jen. Yeah, I'm gonna ask Jen.
I personally have never worn a trash bag, but I have done stuff with duct tape.
Okay.
Chad, I'm not opposed to doing anything with a trash bag because some great stuff happens, you know.
You never know.
Hey, that's pretty cool though.
Agree.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Duct tape. She says yes.
Creative.
Hey, I like that.
Very creative.
Thank you, trash bag fashion lover. I like that question. That was a
Trash
good
bag
one.
fashion
I
lover.
like that one.
Thanks
That's
so much
pretty
for
cool.
chiming in with us. I mean, that was great feedback.
Hey, you know what? After that, we're going to take a quick break. So we got our second sponsor that's coming up called Hot on One Salsa. I definitely won't wear trash bag dancing salsa in this one. I'll burn so many calories on that one. All right, everybody. So this is Hot on One Salsa. Hot on One Salsa is all about dancing. If you love dancing in the club, you want to sweat and you want to actually get those calories down, well, that, you know, the excessive, and get that six-pack going. That's me, your boy Rico No Suave. Yes, I'm teaching kids, I'm teaching everyone how to dance Latin as well as a little bit of English too, if you like English and hip-hop. So make sure you check out my company. HotOnOneSalsa.com is basically where you want to be. So, yes, that is all about dancing, baby. All right, so here we go. You ready for the next one?
I'm always ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So, you know, behind the scenes, you know, can be hectic, you know, behind the scenes and, you know, being creative. You know, the mindset as far as where you at right now, Joe, you know, we cool. We love hanging out with you, you know. But
Love
what is
hanging out
that
with you
Joe
guys,
like
too.
when he's behind the scenes, though?
We should ask Jen that when she was
Right?
here.
Yeah, you should have asked Jen that question,
Because I
honestly.
think she was kind of stressed when it comes to the makeup and dripping and all of that, right? But
Right.
when it comes to the boss man behind the scene, you know, because you're the creator, right?
Are you the
You're
director
the man.
also?
I
And
am
you
not for this. I have
Okay.
directed, but not
Okay.
for Refresh.
Okay.
But you're the creator, right?
Right.
You're the creator. You're the writer, right?
Right.
You got people saying words that they may be uncomfortable saying, but you have to say it anyways.
You're
I
right.
was like, cut! I did not write it that way.
Joe like behind the scenes, and why is so passionate about being behind the scenes?
Well, first, before I answer that, I want to tell you this funny story, since you said about how uncomfortable they were.
Yeah.
We had an actor where his scene called for him to do a shot of Malort. Now, when we did a table, right? If you know what Malort is, then you know.
Goodness.
But he is not originally from here, so he did not know what it was, so he kept mispronouncing it. I'm like, no, it's Malort. So when we went to shoot that scene, we did about 2-3 takes where he does a shot of apple juice. On the 4th take, he walked back to his spot, and I had my actress who was bartending switch it out for a real shot of Malort.
So he knows it.
So the take that's actually in the show is him that did a real shot of Malort. And he played it cool, but as soon as we hit cut, he started cursing me out. He's like, who put this in my shot? And I raised my hand. I'm like, I will take full blame for that. And he, for the rest of the day, kept commenting like how disgustingly bad it tasted.
Right. Because you have to know that. Because drinking apple juice, you can't walk away from a shot of Malort's with a smile on your face.
Oh, no.
Right.
You're going to look like that face you just made right now.
Oh, no.
It is awful.
Nasty.
So,
walking around gagging.
I guess that would also kind of answer your question, is that I try to be as fun and calm and relaxed so everyone else is. Yeah. You want your actors to be happy because they're going to do a better take. Correct. If they're stressed, if they're upset, if they're mad, then you're not going to get that footage on camera and it's not going to look well. Right. So we play music between takes, we dance, we walk around, we give food. We do whatever we can to make the actors feel like they're at home, because we always said, when you work with us, you're not friends anymore, you're family.
Right.
So everyone that worked on the show is technically family with us right now.
I love that. So is it like, it's funny when you watch movies being filmed in the movies, but, it's always hectic in the background.
Yeah.
Right.
Director yelling cut, and actors and actresses being difficult.
Right.
And then like the runner running around getting coffee for everybody. Like, is it like that? Like,
I don't think we had any days like that. We did have days that went long. Yeah. So you're getting people that are getting into that slap happy phase. Yeah. Where they're just like, we want to get this over with. Yeah. So one of our longest days, we actually had Jen and our daughter act in it. So we had to keep our daughter occupied. I think we started at 9 in the morning and we went till about midnight.
Oh, wow.
So she first came at like 1 and we're like, no. I told my parents to take her back, keep her occupied. By the time we shot, we were at 9, 10 o'clock at night. And you could tell our daughter was tired. And we're like, we just need to get this one more take. And she's 4 years old and she did awesome. She did so well. I'm so proud of her. And because of that, she keeps telling us that she wants to do more acting.
Well, yeah. She got the bug now.
We said, are you okay if it wouldn't be me or Jen involved? And she said, yeah. So I tell Jen, if we don't work out, then that's our cash cow.
It's all going to her.
So, with being the future, the youth, right? And how antsy they can be, because you can only probably keep them on set for 30 minutes and then they want to, go and run and play or just get in their own zone, right? That's how kids are, right? What about like actors or actresses that you ever wanted? If there was an actor or actress that you wanted to actually, write for or even want them to be in one of your TV show, is Refresh a TV show? Or
it's a TV show.
It's a TV show, right? How many episodes are you looking to have for that?
Between 9 or 10, because we pretty much, when I originally wrote it, we took 1 and 2 and put it together to film this pilot.
Got it.
So originally it was 10, but then we brought it down to 9.
Got it. And if there was an actor, if you want when you go to your next TV show, I did a little acting too, but I'll let you know that later. But so if there was an actor or an actress that you wanted to actually have in your next series, who would you love to work with?
It's going to be so funny. I'm going to sound just like Jen, but, we both have a mutual love for Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
And when I wrote Refresh, I had him in mind as my lead actor.
Yeah.
And if we got to that point where Netflix or Hulu or anyone wanted to pick it up, I would do whatever I can to reach out to his team be like, we want you. Because he doesn't really do a lot of television.
Yeah.
He just did a few episodes in Candy with Jessica Biel. But other than that, he does mainly movies.
Yeah.
So he'd be my number one actor that I want to work with.
Yeah.
You know, but regarding Refresh in general, when I even started doing submissions for these actors and actresses, I had a whole list of who I want to play each role, and it was everyone between Bryan Cranston, Idris Elba, Rachel A. Cook, because I feel like she hasn't really done anything in a while. She'd be nice to have that comeback.
Yeah.
And just,
Tarantino style, bringing the
right.
comeback players
Yeah.
back
so,
on screen.
You know, with my weird obsession with Hollywood, that list of actors and actresses just goes on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I
actors and
believe
actresses
that.
like.
Then you're like, oh yeah, remember this person? Haven't seen them in a while. Yeah, it is
Right.
a long list.
And that's good, though. I mean,
Right.
because you always want to have backup upon backup upon backup, right? And being able to have those stars to be on your show, I mean, it's credible for you. You know, IMDb goes sky
Right.
up, you know, and, you know, Hollywood goes to the next level with you, you know.
Yes,
and of
it
course,
does.
you definitely will be making it there, man. We're going to be right beside you, too.
Right.
So if you ever need, like, a talk show scene, look at us.
Oh, yeah,
You know, look at us.
absolutely.
Let us know. And then at least we
Absolutely.
can get our makeup done by your wife.
Right.
Yes.
Make it done.
Right.
And we won't stress her out. We won't stress her out, right?
If you ever need anybody just to hand out donuts on set,
She is a donut.
give us a call.
She brings
I'll
us
hand out
donuts.
donuts.
I did that one time. One of our shoots, I was walking around and I was just like, donut. And our really good friend Jess was crying from laughing so hard.
You see it on the movies, you know. There's like always a back table with like snacks. and food.
Right,
For all the
right.
actors and actresses.
Well, you know, the cool thing about, you know, what you're doing as far as for the refresh, just in general for your staff and making it feel like it's like at home. That family thing makes it feel so good,
Oh, yeah.
right? If you don't have that, it's going to feel like I Love Lucy in the background where she's like, I don't like that, I don't like that. And then it becomes a problem with, you know, with people being able to work together.
Yeah, I feel like those days are kind of over now. I mean, at once upon a time when you used to be able to walk around stomping your feet and demanding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People don't want to work with people like that anymore.
Not at all.
They just
Right.
don't.
It's too stressful.
He'll
man.
film you and be like, "Oh, my camera, my phone. Look at how he's acting."
Right.
Well,
And you're
I guess
canceled.
it
You're
only
canceled.
depends on
You
like
know?
the family piece that we're talking about.
Yeah,
You know, because
and
things
that's great.
change. Yep.
Because now that makes people want to produce and want to work for you and with you.
Right.
Yes.
You know,
And that's what we
it feels
really
more
want.
collaborative.
Correct.
We want not only for them to work for us, but to spread the word to other actors
That's
and
correct.
other people
Absolutely.
of how great
Yes.
of a time they had with us.
Oh, you're gonna do a film with them? They're so great.
Right.
I did a film with them before. Blah 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 blah.
And it's
you
a
know,
small world too.
so great.
Oh, yeah.
Man, it's a small
It
world.
is a real
I mean,
small
especially with being able to have like certain actors work in other films with other actors know about. Oh, I used to work with Joe, right? And so it's Dannon, for example, right? It's like, oh man,
Right.
Bright Cap, because before they left, I was like, yeah, and then we was announcing, yeah, we're gonna have, you know, Joe and Jen from Klosproducllc coming in. He's like, oh yeah, Bright Cap. You heard him in the background. I'm like, yeah, them too, right? And those guys are just awesome, man, because it's a small world and people just make those great connections,
Right.
And being able to work together, man. So I got something for you too. I think you already know because Boss Lady spoiled it.
Boss Lady
Boss Lady
spoiled
spoiled it. She knew
It's
it.
all right. She could
knew
spoil it,
She
all
gets
right?
spoiled. Right, right.
You guys are
She
doing
gets
amazing
spoiled.
things. We gotta, share the love.
This
Oh,
is
of
a lot of
course.
love. This is a lot of love, man. Only $1.99. $1.99, Papa. Right? But it's a lot of love that comes within this shirt here, right? One of the things is about you, Joe, is that number one, when you reached out to me and you really want to be on the show, it made me feel good, right? It made me feel good because it made me feel that people wanted to actually come onto the show. They saw the show and they really loved it. But also from an eye of a creator, a writer, and
Right.
also into production, you saw what we were doing, right? And to be able to for us to be able to expose you to the world, to let everybody know, you got to watch out for this gentleman here because he's going to be on Sundance, right? And he's going to actually be in AMC theaters, right? He's going to
Absolutely.
be all over, right? And of course, being able to bring all actors together, and I think one of the biggest words that you did say, one of the biggest words that means a lot to us is family.
Right.
Family is key,
Yes.
man. Family
Oh,
is
yeah,
key. You're going to have
absolutely.
ups and downs, but family, when you come together, you make a hit or you make success, is because all of you guys did it all at once, right? And of course, you know, you always got the leaders, you got the bosses that's going to take everything in to be able to make sure that the family is taken care of.
Right.
So this right here, sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show. Yes. Welcome to the show, Joe.
Thank you
Man,
very
for
much.
sir,
I appreciate
man.
it, guys. Thank you.
Man.
Wear it on set.
I'm
Wear it
gonna-
on set.
Yeah, wear it on set.
I'm gonna wear it every day. Normally what I wear on set is button-up shirts, but it's got fruit on it that my daughter picks. I feel like my daughter has better fashion than I do. And I wear a Kevin Smith hat, which is pretty much, it's got horns and it looks like a cow. That is my creator outfit when we're on set, as much as I can.
You know that I like that, man.
I was thinking about wearing the hat today, and I'm like, do I do goofy or
You could
not?
have definitely worn. Hey, if you would have worn a hat,
Next time.
we would let you. Yeah,
Next
when you come
time.
back, when you refresh,
When I
right?
refresh.
When you refresh,
Right.
we'll bring you
Refresh,
back.
then come back.
Then they'll know exactly they're expecting a hat the next time, right?
Yes.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put up your social media. We're gonna put up your social media because we want to make sure that everybody knows exactly where you are and what you are doing. So let's put up that first. All right, so we got at Klosproductllc.
LLC.
Let's go, baby. Yes, it's in the game, right? So make sure you guys go and check them out on Instagram. Here's the next one. We do have Refresh TV Show as well. So at Refresh TV Show on Instagram as well. We do have another one. We do have one, I think it's called harleyjenjen. Harley. Hey, is that Harley Davidson? Like Harley Davidson, a motorcycle? Is that why you're Harley? That's right. Oh, wait.
But that's also our daughter's
That's
name.
their daughter's
Harley?
name.
Harley
Okay,
Quinn.
All right. What is it?
Harley Quinn.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I love you guys, man. That's
They
awesome.
knew she
love
was
you
gonna be.
too.
She's gonna be a star.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Okay. And Harley Jen. So make sure you go and follow them. All right, here's, I think we got a few more. We got a few more here. We have, Kloss Productions 2020.
2020.
Yes, that is on Facebook. So make sure you go and follow them on Facebook. I think I have a last one that might be a YouTuber. It might be YouTube. Let's see if we have this one. Boom! Yes, Kloss Production. Make sure you go and follow them. Subscribe to their channel. Do it now. Subscribe to their channel. Check out all of their content there as well. Joe, Jen, Joe again. Thank you so much for being on the show, man.
Thank you for having
It's such
us.
a pleasure,
Thank
man.
you
It was
so
a
much.
pleasure of being here on the show with you
Thank
guys.
you so
Everybody put your hands together for my man Joe and Jen. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to put up our social media, everybody, before we get out of here. But I want to thank you guys so much for being on the show with us. It was such a blast actually having Joe and Jen Klos from Kloss Production here. And make sure, stay tuned for that refresh. That refresh is going to refresh you as soon as you see it. And also, rewind this if you want to see that trailer again. All right, here's our website. Our website is www.riconosuaveshow.com. That's where you'll find out all of our information. That's how you'll contact us. Check us out. We have all the information there. Here's the next one. Boom! Yes, at Rico No Suave Show is our official account on Instagram. So make sure you go to Instagram and follow us there. And we have our Facebook. Like.
Love, love, love.
Rico No Suave Show. That's what she said, right? So make sure you go ahead and follow us there and like what we're doing on the Rico No Suave Show on Facebook. We got two more. We have YouTube as well, too. Oh, yeah, we're building it, baby. Rico No Suave Show. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to our channel, everyone. Make sure you subscribe. Do it now as well, too. All right, and last but not least, we have mixcloud.com/Rico No Suave Show. That is where you'll find, after this, you will go into a podcast so you can check out the audio. We'll make sure we publish it. So if you're driving and you want to listen to the podcast piece, make sure you go to mixcloud.com/Rico No Suave Show. All right. This is awesome. Man, I had a good time today. Oh, yeah. All right, everybody, we want to thank you guys so much. We have a doubleheader next week. We have Mariela Navaez coming in. She was Miss 2022 Illinois International Queen. Yes, and also she's going to be talking about abuse in regards to, abuse prevention for women that was pregnant. right? As well. So she'll be here. And then we have at 1 o'clock next week, we have Maria Barlow. She is coming in. She's a candidate for Cook County Judge. So we're going to be talking to her for 30 minutes next week. So be prepared to stay with us from 12 to 1:30 because we got a double header.
Stick
but
around.
thank you guys so much for tuning in to the show. We had such a great time with each and every one of you guys as we end off the show. Let's go. Just like this.
Over? I don't think so.
Yo, party people, we gotta